Mike and Leilani went to Pancakes by the Bay the next morning for pancakes and coffee. They got their usual table by the window. What do you think of what we saw yesterday? Certainly was intriguing. We've now seen a multidimensional object that opens up a realm of beauty and the multidimensional object that opens up a realm of hideousness. Yeah, they seem to be trying to conceal both the multidimensional object that opens up a realm of beauty and the multidimensional object that opens up a realm of hideousness. Um, let's just order breakfast and talk about something else for now. That'd be nice. Penelope, the waitress, takes their order. How can I help you? Let's see. I'll have the Bayside griddle cakes and some of your strawberry extra butter, and some of your strawberry maple syrup, along with a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. Coming right up, Mike. What's this going to be for you, Leilana? I'll have a paradise pancakes and a cup of succulent coffee. I'll have that for you people. By the way, Leilana, how is your writing project going for Coffee Lovers Monthly? It's going great. I find that I have an ability to write about coffee in a poetic way that expresses the way coffee is not only a beverage that brings an exquisite taste sensation to my mouth, but also it connects my soul to the eternal realm of pleasure that transcends this earthly plane of existence. That was beautifully stated. All of a sudden, they look out of the window and see the woman in the Corvette pull up again. She gets out of the car. She seems to be holding a new package. This package is also intriguing. From the near distance is heard another woman screaming, "Get her! She's got the package." The woman gets back in her Corvette and drives off frantically. Wow. I wonder where she went in her car. I wonder what's in the package. Maybe top secret plans drawn up by aliens interested in taking over planet Earth? I'm sure we'll find out soon. Would you like to go to my condominium the practice more William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. Michael and Leilani went back to Mike's condominium to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue. Michael and Leilani got up early the next morning, went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual table. Um, I just got to find the notebook where this continues. Wait, okay. Got their usual table. By the window where they can look out upon San Francisco people. Penelope, the favorite waitress, takes her order. How can I help you? I'll have the, let's see, Bayside griddle cakes with strawberry syrup and butter, along with some hash browns and a cup of Mountain Morning Paradise coffee. I'll have that for you. What's it going to be for you, Leilana? I'll have the savory crepes with butter and maple syrup, along with a cup of Ocean Morning coffee. I'll have that for you people. The package is so intriguing, isn't it? Yes, it sure is. Hey, look, Leilana. It's Ethan Hawke, the guy who portrays Ethan Hawke in the state adaptation of Reality Bites, and the girl who portrays you, Leilana, the Leilana character in the play. Stay the fuck away from my woman, Charlie. She's my woman now, Ethan. I'm sorry, Ethan. I want Charlie now. You want Charlie? Charlie is the guy who portrays me in the state adaptation of Reality Bites, and I'm the real Ethan Hawke. I brought the character Troy Dyer into archetypal existence in Reality Bites. I'm in love with the archetype that was you created, but I'm truly in love with the archetype that was brought into life by Charlie. Sorry, Ethan. I get Sheila. You'll have to find yourself another woman or maybe a prostitute if you get desperate. No, sorry, Charlie. I'm going to kick the shit out of you. Yeah. Yeah. Watch me. A fight ensues. It gets bloody. Mike and Leilani look to each other. I can't watch this. Can you, Leilani? No, let's go back to your condominium Briggs more William Shakespeare dialogue. Sure. Mike and Leilani went back to Mike's condominium that Briggs more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Leilani sit in Mike's condominium overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge and a beautiful Pacific Ocean glimmering in the light of the moon and start talking. Isn't it amazing that Ethan Hawke is in a fight with the guy who portrays him in the state adaptation of Reality Bites? I think it shows not only the power of love, but the power of theater. Ethan Hawke brought Troy Dyer into existence in the archetypal realm where Reality Bites exists, and his portrayal was so convincing that he fully embodied the character to the extent that he exists in such a real way that the woman, Sheila, who portrays Leilani Pierce, is more in love with Charlie, the guy who portrays Troy Dyer in the state adaptation Reality Bites, because Charlie has brought the tangible world, the character that Ethan Hawke put into archetypal existence, brought into the tangible world, the character that Ethan Hawke put into archetypal existence. So the character that Ethan Hawke originally portrays, that he tried to bring into archetypal existence, Troy Dyer, was more fully brought into archetypal existence by Charlie. Charlie's the one that really brought Troy Dyer into archetypal existence. So that's why the girl who portrays the Leilani Pierce character is in love with Charlie as opposed to Ethan, the real Ethan Hawke. That shows the power of theater. The power of love is manifest in the passionate fight that Charlie Tamlinson and Ethan Hawke are engaged in over Sheila Henderson, the woman who portrays Leilani Pierce in the state adaptation of Reality Bites. Yeah, that is far out. Hey, look, Mike, do you see that? By the Golden Gate Bridge? Yeah. Yeah, I see it. It looks like Ethan Hawke and Sheila Henderson kissing. I thought Sheila Henderson wanted Charlie Tamlinson. What is she doing with Ethan Hawke? I just thought of something. Do you think that maybe Sheila Henderson is in love with a Troy Dyer, the character portrayed by both Ethan Hawke and Charlie Tamlinson, and whoever successfully brings Troy Dyer into real life is a guy that Sheila Henderson is going to choose That's an interesting speculation, and perhaps correct. All of a sudden, Charlie Tamilson wanders around by Ethan Hawke and Sheila Henderson. Another bloody fight ensues. Oh God, this is really awful. We've got to try to intervene in this situation to stop the fighting. Do you have any idea what we can do about it? How do we stop the fighting? I just thought of something. We could put on a play at Pancakes by the Bay, which will be a stage adaptation of Reality Bites. This play will run for several months as a competition between Ethan Hawke and Charlie Tamilson to see who brings Troy Dyer more fully into tangible existence. The play will be performed twice a night, for several months, at the end of which the winner will be chosen by Sheila Henderson. Whoever wins gets Sheila Henderson. I love that idea. Do you want to go talk? Do you want to go talk to them? Sure. Michael and Lana, go ahead and talk to Ethan, Sheila, and Charlotte. Hi, people. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. What are you doing here? Hi, Mike. We're here because Leilana has an idea about how to decide who gets Sheila. What's your idea? We could put on a stage adaptation of Reality Bites at Pancakes by the Bay every evening for several months, twice an evening. And the character Troy Dyer would be portrayed by Ethan in one performance and Charlie in the other performance. At the end of the series of performances, Sheila could decide who she really wants, which would be the guy who brings Troy Dyer. Oh, greetings from Spain. Cool, you're from Spain? Wow, I'm from Parkridge, Illinois, in America. You're from Spain. Have you ever seen the what's your name, Man Affleck? Have you ever seen Reality Bites? It's an American comedy from the 90s. Have you ever seen that? Anyways, I'm going to continue. Okay. That'd be perfect. No, are you fluent in English? Do you speak good English? How's your English? Are you bilingual or what? Not fluently, but do you understand the basics? Okay, I got a recommendation. If you like, do you like comedies? Do you like comedies? Like American comedies? Okay, what you should do is try to find this movie called Reality Bites. It stars an actress named Winona Ryder, who's like part of my generation. She's like 51 years old right now. I think she just turned 51. I'm 53. She's part of my generation. She's kind of a American acting legend, and she's huge in America. She's now part of a series on Netflix called Stranger Things, and she's a star of Reality Bites. So what I did was I wrote like a sequel to Reality Bites 2, subtitled Fantasies Can Also Bite. I've been writing this for years, and now I've been putting it on YouTube, and I've written so much dialogue for it that it's almost like it's more than just a movie. It would be like there's like page after page of it, so it's more like a mini series, not even a mini series. It's an encyclopedic. It's just truly like voluminous amount of stuff I've written for it. But I don't know. I just keep writing new stuff for it. So I guess if it ever was produced as a movie, would it definitely have to be edited to a great extent. But also, just to give you a little bit of background of what you're witnessing, and by the way, I hope you just subscribe to my YouTube channel. But just to give you a little bit of background of what's going on, what you're listening to, it's Reality Bites 2, which was never obviously approved, but I've never given the green light by any major American movie studios. But I've been trying for years to get it like produced, but we'll see. But if I ever did get the opportunity, I'd definitely be ready. But so anyway, so that's what you're hearing. So if you want to hear more of it, there's more. There's tons of it on YouTube. So anyway, I'm just going to go get back to what I was doing. Okay. Let's go for it. Okay. We'll get this thing started. Would you like to go back to my condominium and practice more William Shakespeare dialogue, Leon? Sure. Michael Leilani went back to Mike's condominium to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Michael Leilani thoroughly enjoyed performing the William Shakespeare dialogue. And let's see. Oh, just bear with me. It's in this notebook, and I'm trying to find where I've got all this stuff written in this notebook, so I'm trying to find where this continues in this notebook. Okay. Okay. And talking to the evening. You are an amazing Shakespearean actress, Winona, or Leilani. The fluency of your delivery and the way that you identify with the dialogue are captivating. You embody characters that you portray so fully that you take them to a level of transcendence whereupon art and life itself intermingle. Thanks, Mike. This is paradise for me, Leilani. Peace, love, romance. Oh wait, I'm going to leave it. I'll watch Reality Bites. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, sure. You got to see it. It's one of the best movies of all time. And also a movie called Heathers. By the way, you got to see a movie called Heathers with Winona Ryder. It's a black comedy. I think you would like it too. It's both brilliant movies. Heathers is probably the better one. Well, it is the better one. It's a classic. It's kind of a cult classic. But so if you want to get a flavor for like an American, Heathers, 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 like the name of the girl, Heathers. Heathers with a TH. It's hilarious, and it's well, it's kind of dark, but it's all tongue in cheek, just kind of like black comedy. It's one of the best. It's got a huge cult following, so I think you would like that too. So it's just a recommendation. Okay. So, anyways, Peace, Love, Romance, and William Shakespeare. The poetry of his writing and the way the words come to life through our performances and the feeling of being immortally in love with you. That was beautifully stated, Mike. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay? Tomorrow? Sure. Michael and Lana went to Pancakes by the Bay the next day and got their usual booth by the window. Penelope, their favorite waitress, takes their order. What's it going to be for you this morning? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. I'll have the scrumptious pancakes and a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. I'll have it for you people. All of a sudden, Mike and Leilani look out of the window and see the same woman pull up in her Corvette. She gets out of the car with a package in her hands and looks directly at them. She opens up the package and Mike and Leilani can see inside of it. In it, there seems to be an object of a color they have never seen and a shape they have never seen. This object is an object that can only be seen from a plane of existence that is beyond the 4 dimensions of time and space. The woman then gets back in the car and drives away. Did you see that? Yeah, I wonder how we were able to see that object that usually can only be seen on higher dimensional planes of existence. I can explain that to you, Michael Leilani. You've been enlightened by love. Your love is so strong that you can see beyond the stark and often unappealing realm of 4-dimensional reality on this earthly plane of existence into an immortal realm of eternal human love. You now see the world in its full glory. Your love brings the world to life. That's great. I agree. Do you want to go back to your condominium brings more William Shakespeare dialogue and other people? Yeah. Sure. Michael Leilani went back to Mike's condominium, brings more dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Michael Leilani thoroughly enjoyed. Their performances of William Shakespeare and other people's dialogue and talked into the evening. Would you like a beer, Winona? Leilani? Sure, what do you have? I have some Anchor Steam California Lager. Awesome. Mike goes to the refrigerator to get them a beer. What do you think about when you're in here all alone? I look out at the Golden Gate Bridge and see lovers hand in hand and then look up at the sky. I have a telescope that brings into focus distant planets, but you can only see them as light images. That's only a view of planets in our galaxy. I then think about planets in other galaxies and the possibility of intelligent life on other planets. We haven't found intelligent life in our galaxy so far. There may have been intelligent life in other galaxies, in our galaxy and other planets eons ago. I then wonder if there was intelligent life on other planets, what kind of society they had or have. I wonder if it's possible that there is or ever was a kind of utopian society anywhere in the universe where life was or is a blissful dance of unmitigated pleasure and romance. If so, I wonder if these pleasures are so acute that they transcend any earthly pleasure that we can experience, placing souls forever suspended in a state of heightened sensory enlightenment. It would be similar to that feeling you get when you first fall deeply in love with another person and your world is suddenly raised to a higher plateau. That feeling would be intensified there and would be something you would feel eternally with your lover. That would be so beautiful. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay tomorrow for breakfast and coffee? Or okay, sure. Mike and Leilani went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee the next morning and got their usual table by the booth, by the window. Penelope took their order. What do you people want? I'll have the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of mountain morning coffee. Greg, what's going to be for you, Leilani? Give me the Bayside crepes and a cup of mountain morning coffee. I'll get that for you people. They're looking out of the window when all of a sudden the same woman in the Corvette pulls up. She's holding a package. She looks right at them from inside of her car. Another woman gets out of the car and walks into the restaurant. She looks at them directly sitting at the table. Can you guess what's in this package? She then saunters out of the restaurant, keeping her head in the same position, staring at them the whole way to the car. She screams and then laughs at a high volume, and the car races away. That was weird. Yeah. Would you like to go back to my condominium and practice some more dialogue? Sure. Michael Leilani went back to Mike's condominium to practice some more dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Michael Leilani got up early the next morning, went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual table by the window. Penelope, their favorite waitress, took their order. What's going to be for you this morning? Give me the Bayside grilled cakes and a cup of mountain morning coffee. Got it. What'll you have? I'll have the succulent crepes and a cup of mountain morning coffee. Coming right up. As Penelope goes to get their food and coffee, they start talking. This is bizarre. I wonder what the Corvette woman had in the package. I don't know. She laughed as she drove off. I wasn't sure if it was a sinister laugh or a jovial laugh. This Corvette woman seems to be an important character in the fabric of human interaction. The packages that she passes, not only on to other people, are not very often revealed as to what they contain, but when they are, seem to demonstrate that their contents are extremely important. I agree. All of a sudden, Penelope, the waitress, comes up to them. Hi, Penelope. What's up? Hi, Mike. Hi, Leilana. Can I let you people in on something? Sure. What is it, Penelope? I enjoy being a waitress here and talking to you fine people like you, but I've got some higher ambitions in life. Well, what are they? My goal here has always been to be a filmmaker. I've been waiting for to be inspired, and I finally have a great idea for a movie. As a matter of fact, the movie has already been shot, and I just need a movie company to fund it. If it's a good film, I'm sure you have no problem with that. What's it about? I've been observing people in and around Pancakes by the Bay, in the restaurant and outside, and I've been writing dialogue that embellishes conversations I have heard and have pieced together a story of events that have taken place. I've gone home after work and written a script based on events that I've seen and dialogue that I've heard. I have a rough draft of the script and a low budget production of the movie. What I want is to get it produced by a mainstream Hollywood producer such as Martin Scorsese. That's wonderful, Penelope. I hope you achieve your dream. Here's a weird aspect of the situation. In observing these people and writing a story about them, I found something disturbing. What? There's been a murder. I don't know who committed the murder. Only that it was committed by one of these people. How do you know there was a murder? I saw some people pull up in a van and throw a body inside. Their identity was concealed with masks. But I happen to know it was these people. How do you know? A hat that several of the people have been wearing to the restaurant. There's a hat that several of the people have been wearing at the restaurant. Um, they take turns wearing the same hat on different days. The people in the van, when they drove off, accidentally dropped this hat. They retrieved this hat and compared it to the hat as seen by security cameras, surveillance video. Indeed, a close analysis has revealed this to be the same hat. Can't you deduce from that that it must have been one of the people who wore the hat? The problem is that almost everybody that comes in here tries on that hat. It's a beautifully rare hat, just like a really popular hat that people want to try on. So knowing who has worn the hat doesn't give me any clues. Here's my idea. I have this story that I have written, produced by a Hollywood movie company, and people come to see it. Within the movie, there's evidence of a murder that took place. The viewing audience can try to piece together the evidence and based on the series of events and see if they can solve the murder. That way, the movie might not only be a box office hit, but provide evidence to solve a murder. Okay. Great idea, Penelope. Yeah, it is. Would you like to go back to the Praise of more William Shakespeare? Some more dialogue, sure. Michael Anglon went back to Mike's comedy and Praise more William Shakespeare. Some more dialogue. Here's the next one. Michael and Lana went to Pancakes by the Bay the next morning for breakfast and coffee. Penelope took their order. What's it going to be for you this morning? Give me the Mountain Morning Coffee and Bayside Griddle Cakes. And for you? Give me the Mountain Morning Coffee and Bayside Crepes. Sure, I'll have that for you. You thought about the murder yet? Yeah. I was trying to understand the motive for it. Yeah, also, there's no physical evidence to directly connect the murder to any person. Um, all we know is that it was committed by a person who was wearing the same hat that people have been taking turns wearing. That gives us a pretty good clue. There's not definitive evidence that the person who committed the murder was a person who wore that hat. Yeah, they were wearing that hat when we saw them throw the dead body in the van, but we don't know the circumstances of where they got the hat. Look, somebody left some kind of pamphlet on the table. What is it? Leilani looks through the pamphlet. It looks like some kind of an invitation to a pagan ceremony. They are honoring the pagan deity Gorgon. That might be a clue. There are pagan religions that believe that human sacrifice can confer immortality to a person if it is offered up to the gods. I don't believe that myself, but there are crazy people out there. Maybe some of the people who have been coming here are part of a pagan religion that sacrifices human beings to Gorgon. We should try to observe some of these people more closely in the future to see if they seem suspicious. Do you want to go back to my condominium and practice some more dialogue? Sure. Michael and Lana went back to Mike's condominium and practiced some more dialogue. Michael and Lana thoroughly enjoyed their performances and talked into the evening. What a beautiful night it is, isn't it, Leilana? It's a night that invites lovers into the warm embrace of the ocean breeze that massages the body and soul of transcendent people. That's what I was thinking. A warm, late June evening by the San Francisco Bay with my goddess of love. That's not merely being alive. That's living. Have you thought at all about the murder at Pancakes by the Bay? No, I've just been thinking about what a shame it is that we are confronted by such heinous crimes in this life. Life could be so wonderful if we were to cooperate as human beings. The beauty of romantic love and just the beauty of being alive. I've wandered alone through this world at certain times in my life and have experienced unbridled mirth just by being in contact with a higher power. That is the harmonizing element of nature. I believe that we were spawned by an immortal fire and shall return to this immortal fire to repeat the cycle of birth and death. Immortal fire. That's interesting. I believe in a higher power and an immortal fire. A higher power. Awesome. Yeah. A higher power. I've been thinking about the murder. I have a theory. You do? Yeah, here it is. I was thinking that it may be a remote possibility that Penelope did it. Penelope, the waitress? Oh, come on. She wouldn't do it. She's trying to solve the murder by filming a movie about it that gives people clues as to who committed the murder. What if she was only filming a movie to solve the murder case only as a way to cover up for herself? The person who committed the murder. You might be onto something, Leilana. There is a certain amount of plausibility to that. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay tomorrow for breakfast and coffee? Sure. But the next morning arrives, and Mike and Leilana go to Pancakes by the Bay. Penelope takes her order. How can I help you? I'll have the mountain morning coffee and Bayside griddle cakes. What's it going to be for you, Leilana? I'll have the mountain morning coffee and Bayside crepes. Coming right up. How's the film project coming, Penelope? Good. I'm in talks with some Hollywood producers at the moment. Nice talking to you, Penelope. Likewise. Penelope goes to get their food. Does Penelope seem suspicious to you as a murder suspect? Not really. But it came to mind that if she was the murderer, filming a movie about the murder in order to give people clues about it would be a good way to cover herself up. I agree, but that doesn't necessarily give us much evidence that she is the murderer. I agree, but I think it's a remote possibility. Let's see if we can analyze her behavior. Yeah, we could see if she would have any motives for murder. Penelope comes back with her breakfast. Here's your grub and coffee. Thanks, Penelope. She doesn't seem violently angry to me. No, she doesn't. Do you want to go back to your condominium and praise more William Shakespeare? Like, sure. Mike and Leilana went back to Mike's condominium to practice some more dialogue. Here's an excerpt. Mike and Leilana went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee the next morning. Penelope, their favorite waitress, took their order. What's it going to be for you this morning, Mike and Leilana? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of modern morning coffee. Splendid. What's it going to be for you, Leilana? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of modern morning coffee. I'll have that for you, people. Penelope went to get their food as they talked. Okay, so now I get the other notebook out. Um, let's see. Do you see anything in Penelope's behavior that would arouse suspicion? No, if she is a murderer. She's hiding it. She's hiding it. Here comes Penelope with our food. Here's your pancakes, griddle cakes, and coffee. Enjoy. Thanks, Penelope. Leilani was looking out the window when the same woman in the Corvette pulls up, and the same Corvette pulls up. She stops and looks into the restaurant, and her eyes glow with an intensely luminous light that emits a spectral essence. For a moment, she doesn't seem to have eyeballs in her sockets, but strictly a brilliant light emanating from each socket. Penelope looks right back at her with the same type of phosphorescent light being emitted from her eye sockets. Suddenly, the light from both of their eye sockets dissipates, and the eyeballs return. The woman in the Corvette then drives off. What was that, Penelope? What was what? I saw some kind of light being emitted from your eye sockets and the eye sockets of the woman in the Corvette. My eye sockets? If you were looking at them, all you would have seen were my eyeballs. No, Penelope, we saw light emanating from them. That's bullshit. Would you like more coffee? Yes, please. I would like some. Penelope goes back to get some more coffee. Do you want to go back to my condominium? Sure. Mike and Leilani went back to Mike's condominium to talk. So you did see the light in Penelope's eye sockets? I sure did. For a moment, there were no eyeballs in her eye sockets, just light emanating from them. I saw the same type of light emanating from the eye sockets of the woman in the Corvette. I wonder what that could be. So do I. Also, why did she deny that there was only light emanating from eye sockets and no eyeballs? I don't know. I wonder why the light from her eye sockets seemed to be the same light from as the light from the Corvette woman's eye sockets. Interesting eye sockets indeed. Would you like to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure, Michael Leilani practice more William Shakespeare dialogue. Let's see. The next morning arrived, and those present at Pancakes by the Bay were wondering where Mike and Leilani were. The only person there who knew where Mike and Leilani were was Penelope, the waitress, who was among the people who psychically transported them to the realm where Beetlejuice 2 takes place. A couple named Herbert and Blanche come into the restaurant and sit down at the table. Where's Mike and Leilani? They're always here on Tuesday mornings. Herbert. Yes, what is it, Blanche? I have a theory, Herbert. A theory? About what, Blanche? A theory about the murder. Is Penelope around? No, she won't hear us, Blanche. Huh? Oh. My My theory is that Penelope committed the murder. What? Come on. Penelope the waitress. She's trying to solve the murders. I happen to know that she has psychic powers and believe that perhaps she teleported Mike and Leilani to the realm where Beetlejuice 2 takes place. That's ridiculous. Why would she do that, Blanche? Because they suspect that she is the murderer. That seems unlikely to me. Meanwhile, Mike and Leilani were wandering around the realm where Beetlejuice 2 takes place. How did we end up here, Leilani, in the realm where Beetlejuice 2 takes place? I don't know. But we need to find a way back. This is astonishing. I just saw something astounding happen. What? For a moment, some kind of image presented itself to me through what appeared to be a transom, connecting the realms where Beetlejuice 2 and Reality Bites 2 take place. That is astounding. What's even more astounding is that I think I saw, for a moment, Penelope the waitress peering into our realm. How and why would she be looking into our realm? I have a theory on that. Maybe it's because we suspect that she committed the murder. I remain skeptical. Penelope is trying to solve the murder. All of a sudden, Mike and Leilani saw another image flash before their eyes. It was a hideous beast, covered in hair, with sinister eyes. They thought they heard him say, "We're coming to get you." All of a sudden, Mike and Leilani were instantly teleported from the realm where Beetlejuice 2 takes place to the realm where Reality Bites 2 takes place, and found themselves in Mike's condominium, sitting on the couch looking out at the Golden Gate Bridge, standing proudly above the moonlit waters of the bay. How do we get back here? We'll find out. Would you like to practice more dialogue? Sure. Mike and Leilani practice more dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Now you're going to get some dialogue out. Okay. Let's see. There's a movie called Lone Star. Let me see. Lone Star. Um, Sony Pictures Classics, 1996. Let's see. No, I don't want to do this one. Okay. How about do the right thing? Okay. Interior hallway night. Mookie rings the bell and a fine Puerto Rican sister answers the door. Delivery from Sal's Famous Pizzeria. What took you so long? Is it hot? Lady, I've never delivered a cold pizza in my life. Tina lets him in. Interior, Tina's apartment night. Tina watches Mookie watch her. When she's through watching, she takes a pizza from his hands and puts it on the floor. Mookie grabs her and starts to kiss. Tina is Mookie's woman, the one he's been on the phone with earlier. We've heard the voice and now seen the person. You know you think you're slick, Tina. I know. How else was I going to get up here? I haven't seen you for a week. I'm working. I'm making money, getting paid. Where's the ice cream? The Haagen-Dazs Butter Pecan? Oh, shit, I forgot. Yeah, your memory is really getting ridiculous. I just forgot. And I really wanted some ice cream, too. I can run out and get it. No, no. You won't come back either. I can't be staying long anyway. How long then? Long enough for us to do the nasty. No, it's too hot. You think you're gonna let what is it? A quickie is good every once in a blue moon. All right, I'm gonna skip to another. Wait a minute. That was what else? Trust me, because let's see. Okay, interior Sal's Famous Pizzeria. Mookie walks up to Sal's Famous Pizzeria as it still smolders in the morning light. Sal emerges from the wreckage. He looks like he might have slept there. What the fuck do you want? I want my money. I want to get paid. Sal looks at Mookie in disbelief. Mookie, I always liked you. Not the smartest kid, but you're honest. Don't make me dislike you. Sal, I want my money. Don't even ask about your money. Your money wouldn't even pay for that window you smashed. Motherfucking window, Radio Raham is dead. You're right, a kid is dead, but Mook, this isn't the time. Fuck that. The time is fucking now. You know I'm sorry about Sal's Famous Pizzeria, but I gotta live too. I gotta get paid. We both do. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do some of this dialogue from Clerks. Want something to drink? I'm buying. Oh, thanks. Who was on the phone this morning at about 2:30? I was trying to call for half an hour. Why? I wanted to use your car. He walks by a row of snacks and grabs one without looking at it. Snack cake? Dante sits in a seat behind the register. Randall grabs a paper and joins him behind the counter. You don't want to know. You called Caitlin again. She called me. Did you tell Veronica? One fight a day of it with Veronica is about all I can stomach, thanks. What'd you two fight about? I guess it's not really fighting. She just wants me to leave here, go back to school, get some direction. How about the most frequent topic of arguments is Caitlin Bree? You win. I'm going to offer you some advice, my friend. Let the past be the past. Forget Caitlin Bree. You've been with Veronica for how long now? 7 months. Chick's nuts about you. How long did you date Caitlin? 5 years. Chick only made you nuts. She cheated on you. How many times? 8.5. 8.5? Party at John K's senior year. I get blitzed and pass out in his bedroom. Caitlin comes in and dives all over me. That's cheating. In the middle of it, she calls me Brad. She calls you Brad? She called me Brad. That's not cheating. People say crazy shit during sex. I hit the lights and she freaks. Turns out she thought I was Brad Michelson. What do you mean? She was supposed to meet Brad Michelson in the bedroom. She picked the wrong one. She had no idea I was even at the party. Oh my God. Great story, isn't it? That girl was vile to you. Interesting postscript to that story. Do you know who wound up with going with Brad Michelson in the other dark bedroom? Your mother? Ellen Harris. Chess team Ellen Harris? The two moved to Idaho after graduation, together after graduation. They raised sheep. That's frightening. Takes different strokes to move the world. In light of this lurid tale, I don't see how you could even romanticize your relationship with Caitlin. She broke your heart and inadvertently drove men to deviant lifestyles. Because there was a lot of good in our relationship. Oh, yeah? I'm serious. Aside from the cheating, we were a great couple. That's what high school's all about. Algebra, bad lunch, and infidelity. You think things would be any different now? They are. When she calls me now, she's a different person. She's frightened and vulnerable. She's about to finish college and enter the real world. That's got to be scary for anyone. Oh, shit. I got to place an order. I'm talking to myself here. No, I'm listening. She's leaving college and she's looking to me for support. And I think that this is leading our relationship to a new level. What about Veronica? I think the arguments Veronica and I have are some kind of manifestation of a subconscious desire to break away from her so that I can pursue the possibility of a more meaningful relationship with Caitlin. Caitlin's on the same wavelength? I think it's safe to say yes. Then I think all four of you had better sit down and talk it over. All four? You, Veronica, Caitlin, and Caitlin's fiance. The headline of the engagement announcement reads, Bree to wed Asian design major. Interior video store not on counter. You're just going to lock the store like that? I want to talk to you about something. I don't want to be disturbed. You saw it. Very dramatic, I thought. It's not what you think. What, it's worse? You're pregnant with an Asian major's design major's child? I'm not. What? Okay, that's not. I'm gonna do that dialogue. Okay, we'll see what. Let's see what else we got in here. Is there anything other shit that I want to? Oh, Pulp Fiction. Yeah, why not? Okay. 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 Now tell me about the hash bars. What do you want to know? Well, hash is legal there, right? Yeah, it's legal, but 100% legal. I mean, you can't walk into a restaurant, roll a joint, and start puffing away. You're always supposed to smoke in your home or certain designated places. Those are the hash bars? Yeah, it breaks down like this. It's legal to buy it. It's legal to own it. And If you're the proprietor of a hash bar, it's legal to sell it. It's legal to carry it, which doesn't really matter because get a load of this. If the cops stop you, it's illegal for them to search you. Searching you is a right that the cops in Amsterdam don't have. That did it, man. I'm fucking going. That's all there is to it. You'll dig it the most. But you know what the funniest thing about Europe is? What? It's the little differences. A lot of the same shit we got here, they got there, but they're a little different. Example? Well, in Amsterdam, you can buy a beer in a movie theater. And I don't mean in a paper cup either. They give you a glass of beer. Like in a bar. In Paris, you can buy a beer at McDonald's. Also, you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris? They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese? No, they got the metric system there. They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is. What do they call it? Royale with cheese. Royale with cheese. What do they call a Big Mac? Big Mac's a Big Mac. But they call it Le Big Mac. What do they call a Whopper? I don't know. I didn't go into a Burger King. But you know what they put on French fries in Holland instead of ketchup? What? Mayonnaise. God damn. I seen them do it. And I don't mean a little bit on the side of the plate. They fucking drown in it. Ouch. We should have shotguns for this kind of deal. How many up there? 3 or 4. So there could be 5 guys up there as possible. We should have fucking shotguns. What's her name? Mia. How did Marcellus and her meet? I don't know. However people meet people. She ever do anything I was saw? I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot. What's a pilot? Well, you know the shows on TV? I don't watch TV. Yeah, but you're aware that there's an invention called television, and on that invention they show shows. Yeah. Well, the way they pick the shows on TV is they make one show, and that show is called a pilot. And they show that one show to the people who pick the shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get accepted and become TV programs, and some don't and become nothing. She started in one of the ones that became nothing. The end of the apartment building. You remember Antoine Rockamora, half black, half Samoan? Used to call him Tony Rocky Horror. Yeah, maybe fat, right? I wouldn't go so far as to call the brother fat. He's got a weight problem. What's a nigger got to do? He's Samoan. I think I know who you mean. What about him? Well, Marcel's. Oh God, I can't say that. Okay, that's where I get. Okay, I'm not reading that dialogue. Okay, well that's okay. Oh, let's see what else we get. Let's see. Shortcuts. That's a really good movie with. Okay, interior Wyman's house, studio late day. Why are they naked? Why does naked make it art? Did you buy me a drink? It's in the blender. It smells strong. I'm gonna have some wine. Is that what you're wearing? Yes. I thought we were cooking out. Stuart's bringing the fish, remember? If it's a barbecue, why are you getting so dressed up? This isn't dressed up. I'm not changing. She'll probably dress up. Are you competing? Competing with who? Claire. We're talking about Claire. Are you competing with Claire for what? What women compete for? Okay, whatever. I don't know. That's not that kind of dialogue. Okay. Let's see. Marvin's room. What's Marvin's room? Nah. Okay. Let's see. Love serenade. Hi. Hi. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Why? You're sitting funny. Here you go. Thanks. He was late today. Who? Ken Sherry. I wonder if he's going to. Go away. Maybe I'll be reading to him. No, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Okay. Love life. Um, let's see. Come on, tell me. Really, it's hard to say. It's 2 pages. It's the middle of the. Would it be easier with television? Grand Canyon. That was a good one, actually. Okay. Claire, I'm here. Hi, Mac. You never brought in the mail. There's something here from Carol. Mac, come on up here. I want to show you something. Is something wrong? Who is it? She's beautiful, isn't she? Whatever. Bodies Rest in Motion. 1993. Fine Line Features. Annie Hall. Oh, wait a minute. This movie's in it. I got to try some of this. I didn't even know it was Annie Hall's in here. Okay. Interior Annie's apartment nights. What's? It's me. Open up. Are you okay? What's the matter? Oh, are you all right? What? What? There's a spider in the bedroom. What? There's a big black spider in the bedroom. That's what you got me here at 3 o'clock in the morning? Because there's a spider in the bedroom? My God, you know how I am about insects. I can't sleep with a live thing crawling around in the bathroom. Kill it, for God's sakes. What's wrong with you? Don't you have a can of Raid in the house? No. I told you 1,000 times. You should always keep a lot of insect spray. You never know who's going to crawl over. I know, and a first aid kit and a fire extinguisher. The 7-Eleven room. Jesus. All right, give me a magazine. Because I'm a little tired. You know, you joke about me, you make fun of me, but I'm prepared for anything. An emergency, a tidal wave, an earthquake. He looks over the bookcase and picks up a pamphlet. Hey, what's this? What? Did you go to a rock concert? Yeah. Oh yeah, really? Really? How'd you like it? Was it heavy? Did it achieve total heavy-acity? Or was it it was great. Oh, humdinger. I got a wonderful idea. Why don't you get the guy who took you to the rock concert? Well, we can call him and come over and kill the spider. You know, it's like, I called you. You want to. It's the National Review. It's wonderful. Then why don't you get William F. Buckley to kill the spider? Elva, you're a little hostile. You know that? Not only that, but you look thin and tired. Well, I was in the. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You got me out of bed, and I ran over here. Couldn't get a taxi cab. You said it was an emergency, and I didn't get. I ran up the stairs. Believe me, I was a lot more attractive when the evening began. Look, I tell. What do you? Are you going with a right wing rock and roll star? Is that possible? Let's see. Anyways, I got the good chocolate, Albie. Yeah, where's this? But it's really lovely. It's in the bathroom. Is he in the bathroom? Okay, that was enough. Wait a minute. Maybe that movie's not as good as I thought it was. Anyways, okay. Bullets Over Broadway. Here's another Woody Allen movie. I'll give this one a try. Okay. Um, I was thinking about when Sylvia's in the crazy house, the sanatorium. Yeah, yeah. She gets the DTs and she sees things. She hallucinates. No, she sees things. Like visions. Like what kind of visions? Like her dead husband. And then they have that talk. Like she couldn't face up to what in the third act? That's right. She could face up. Sylvia. Uh, Joe, give me a beer. That's great. That's all great. What's the matter? Nothing. Just gotta take a break. Want to take a break? Yeah. All right. Let's see what I go over some. This is Cheech and Chong dialogue. Yeah, Bolts Over Broadway was a pretty good movie, as I remember, but all they have is the Cheech and Chong dialogue in here. Gives a shit about that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Ah, hmm. Love and Human Remains. Um, Grand Canyon. That was a really good movie. Do the Right Thing. Ever do some of that stuff? Moonstruck. Raising Arizona. Pulp Fiction. The Player. Out of Africa. No Looking Back. The Wings of the Dove. White Palace. When Harry Met Sally. Okay, When Harry Met Sally. And what would you like to drink? Do you have any Bloody Mary mix? Yes. Now wait, here's what I want. Regular tomato juice, filled about 3/4, and add a splash of Bloody Mary mix, just a splash, and a little piece of lime, but on the side. The University of Chicago, right? Yes. Did you look this good at the University of Chicago? No. Did we ever? No, no. We drove from Chicago to New York together after graduation. Would you like to sit together? No. Great, thank you. You were a friend of Amanda's. I can't believe you can't remember her name. What do you mean I can't remember? I can remember. Amanda, right? Amanda Rice. Reese. Reese, right. That's what I said. Whatever happened to her? I have no idea. You have no idea? You were really good friends with her. We didn't make it because you were such good friends. You went with her. It was worth it? This sacrifice for a friend you haven't kept in touch with. Harry, you might not believe this, but ever consider not sleeping with yours. Fair enough, fair enough. You were going to be a gymnast, a journalist. Oh, this is so corny. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, here's something else. I got some Shakespeare out. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'll just go to maybe I start with let's see. Hmm. I like that. Wait a minute. The Taming of the Shrew. Okay. Um, let's see. No, you know what? I'm just going to go right to Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. Scene 2, Capulet's Orchard. Enter Romeo. He just has scars that never felt a wound. Enter Juliet above at a window. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art more fair than she? Be not her maids, since she is envious, and her vestal ivory is but sick and green. None but fools do wear it, cast it off. It is my lady, or it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. 'Tis that to me she speaks. I am too bold. It is my lady, or it is my love. Oh, yeah, I already said that. Two of the fairest stars in all the of heaven, having entreated her eyes to, having some business to entreat her eyes till they twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there? They in her head, the brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. What through the airy region streams so bright, that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand? Oh, there were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. She speaks, so speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious as this night being over my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him. When he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air. O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? The father refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not be besworn with love, no man capable. Shall I hear Marshall speak at this? 'Tis but thy name is an enemy, thou art thyself, thou not a Montague. What's a Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any more other part belonging to a man. I'll be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by other name would be smell sweet. So Romeo word were not Romeo called. Retain that their perfection, which he owes without that title. Romeo doth thy name. Really. I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo. What man art thou, thus bescreened in night, so stumblest at my counsel? My name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I had written it, I would tear the word. My ears have yet not drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and Amante? Neither, fair maid, of either thee dislike. How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here. With love lights, with love's wild, with love's light wings did I ever perch these walls. For stony livings cannot hold love out, and what love can do that dares love attempt. Therefore, thy kinsmen are no stop to me. If they do see thee, they will murder thee. Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity. I would not for the world they saw thee here. I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love. By whose direction foundst thou out this place? By love that first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me wings, and I lent them counsel. I am no pilot. No, he lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot. Yet wert thou as far as that vast shore wash with the farthest sea I should adventure for such merchandise. Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear, that tips with silver all those fruit treetops. Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable. What shall I swear by? Do not swear at all, or, if thou wilt, swear by the gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee. If my heart stir love, well, do not swear although joy, and they have no joy in this contract denied. It's too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be. One could say it lightens ere sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, as sweet repose and rest come to the hours. Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied? What satisfaction canst thou have tonight? The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine. I gave thee mine, you had a word to give again. Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love? But to be frank and give it thee again, and yet I wish for thee the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. The more my love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have. For both are infinite. I hear some noise within, dear love, adieu. And I, good nurse, sweet Montague, be true, but stay but a little. I will come again. Oh, blessed night! I'm afeard. Being in night, all this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet to be substantial. Re-enter Juliet above. 3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that been a love be okay, whatever. See, 1,000 times good nights. 1,000 times the worst to want thy light. Love goes towards love as girls from their books, but love towards love, towards school with heavy looks. Re-enter Juliet above. His real Faulkner's voice, allure this. Go right to the end of the play now. Give me the mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold, take this letter early in the morning. See thou delivered to my father. Give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee. Whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof. And do not interrupt me in my course. While I descend upon this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thee hence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence be gone. But if thou jealous dost return to pry, and what I farther shall intend to do, by heaven, I will tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage wilds. more fierce and more inexorable far than empty tigers or the roaring sea. And would be gone, sir, in that trouble ye. So thou shalt show me friendship. Take thou the live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow. Rouse the same. Thou detestable maw, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of earth, thus having forced thy riding jaws open, and despite I'll grant thee with more food. Okay, let's go right to the end of the play now. This letter doth make good the friar's words, the course of love, the tidings of her death, and here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague? See what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen, all unpunished. Oh, brother Monte, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand. But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold. That whiles Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet. As rich shall Romeo by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity. A gloaming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.